Hello everyone. This presentation is for our SSD project. The topic of our project is color blindness detection using A-Frame. Our team number is SSD13 and our team consists of 4 people, me, Sai Sirisha Nadiminti, Devarshi Chandra, Pavan Patidar and Vishal Patel. First of all, let's talk about the problem description. So the problem statement is to build a tool that will detect color blindness using A-Frame technology. So first of all, let's talk about a bit of a theory of color blindness. So what exactly is color blindness? Color blindness is basically a deficiency in which the person who is suffering from it has a hard time distinguishing between colors. So why does it occur? It occurs when the light sensitive tissue at the back of the eye, which is called as retina, it fails to properly respond to the variations of wavelengths in light. So for example, the picture that we can see normally is a picture in which there are red, green and yellow components. But for a colorblind person, he's not able to distinguish between these colors, and as a result, everything looks yellow to him. So now let's talk about different types of color blindness. Color blindness is not a binary deficiency. It has various types. The first type is protanopia. It means red weakness. The person who has protanopia is not able to distinguish between the colors that lie in red spectrum. The next one is deuteranopia. It stands for green weakness. The person who has deuteranopia is insensitive to the green light. So just a fun fact, the reason why Facebook is blue in color is because the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, has red-green color blindness. He's only able to see the blue spectrum. So after knowing that, let's look at the third type of color blindness. It's tritanopia. It means that blue weakness. The person is not able to be sensitive to the blue light. So let's look at what are the solutions that people actually use to detect color blindness. The first is Ishihara test, in which the user is given some discs and now he has to say what number is present on the disc. So as you can see in the first picture, the background consists of reddish orange spots and the number actually consists of blue-green spots. So the person who is suffering from color blindness will not be able to distinguish between the background and the numbered spots. So that's how he'll not be able to see the numbers, and we'll know that he's suffering from color blindness. The second type of the test is that the person is told to find out the gap in the ring. So for example, in the second picture, the background is of green color and the ring is incomplete and it's of red color. So the person will again not be able to distinguish between these two colors and he will not be able to see this gap, and that's how we know he's colorblind. The third picture is also similar to the second one, except that this is used for detecting tritanopia, so the colors are different. So now I want to talk about our solution. So our solution basically helps the user detect if he has color blindness or not. So in this, all he has to do is has to play a game, which is a maze game. So in that, he has to just travel through the maze and he will get a score after he follows some instructions that we specify. So we'll show the demo later. So why is our solution better? First of all, we tell him what exact type of color blindness he's suffering from. He can suffer from protanopia, deuteranopia or tritanopia, and it will be clear what exactly he's suffering from. The second thing is we have a score system in which we will tell him the severity of the type of color blindness he's suffering from. So obviously, since it's a maze game and since it's a virtual reality based game, he would have a better user experience and it's more interactive, so it will be fun for him to play the game. So talking about the technology stack that we have used basic HTML, JavaScript, and we have used A-Frame framework so that we build that maze interactively. So A-Frame is nothing but an open source web framework which is used for building VR experiences, and we use that to build a maze structure. So now I'll just click on this link, and this link has the demo of our project. So I have just attached the link of our demo in this PPT. There's another video that is attached with this PPT. Please go through that video. In that video, the entire game is explained fully. so that there would be a clear understanding of what we did. I have also put the GitHub repository link. This link contains the entire code base for our project. So this is just a screenshot of our game. Again, please go through the video that's attached with this PPT for the detailed explanation of this game. So let's talk about the work distribution. So we are basically 4 people, and this is how we worked on this project till now. So first of all, when the problem statement came, we had to research about various tests, what are going on, and read some papers. So we came across a paper in which it was written how to use virtual reality based gaming to detect color blindness. So it was a game in which there were doors, and the user had to go through the door which had the matching color as the one given to him. So basically we took our idea from that. We got an idea and we converted into a maze game. So the basic design and architecture of the maze was built, and first it was built statically, and then we started building it for various parts, like various diseases, various types of color blindness simultaneously for protanopia, deuteranopia, and tritanopia. And then we also, after the basic static one was done, we started searching for the ways so that we build wall colliders. So wall colliders are used so that the user cannot go through the obstacles or go through the walls for better user experience. So now after this happened, while we were building static walls, our teammate came up with the idea of trying to build it dynamically so that it becomes easier, and it also enhances the user experience also. So we decided that one person will do that dynamic wall creation, and the 3 of us will continue doing it for the static one for all the 3 types of color blindness, so that even if the dynamic method fails or if there's any problem, we will have some project that's getting built. So fortunately he succeeded in creating the walls dynamically. So now we are now doing everything with the dynamic approach. So after he came up with that, we added the changes in that one for the deuteranopia disease. So we built our environment, the sky environment, and also we added audio for it for enhancing the user experience. So one thing I would like to add is that the environment that we have is is a bit dark. So what happens is that all the colors on the walls become dull. So for this, what is very important is that we use the light component wisely, and we have to put it in the exact coordinates that are required. Otherwise the entire test will fail because the wall colors themselves are not proper. So for that, one teammate was assigned this task of making sure that the lights are proper, making sure that the colors of the walls are proper, so that there is no problem in detecting the color blindness for the user. So this is what one teammate of ours did. And the next thing is that when we added colliders, we saw various methods to do that. So we saw a nav mesh, that's navigation mesh. We also saw the physics component, physics library. So what happened is that most of the good functionalities are unfortunately deprecated as the versions keep coming up. So for that, we had to dispose all the things that we were doing for the static ones, and for dynamic ones we used the A-Frame version 1.0.3. So we have to come up with our own dynamic walls collision method, and so we disposed everything that was pre-built before, and we just changed the code of JavaScript, and then colliders happened. The wall collisions happened like that. So this is what we did till now in the project. So now I want to talk about what else we are going to do in the rest of the time. So the first of all, the main thing is right now there's only one test that we did, that's deuteranopia. So we need to extend the same test for protanopia and tritanopia as well. So the idea is that after one test is done, the user will get the option of either restarting the same test, or he will get the option of trying the other two tests. So we need to give that user the opportunity to do that by doing the button click. So we need to do that, and also we need to make sure that the experience is good for the user. So we need to improve the UI, user interface, for better user experience, so that the user has fun while playing the game. So we need to add some components for it. So that's what we are thinking to do. So here are the references for the project that we used. So the first, the second, and the third are the references for color blindness. So another thing I would like to add, that all the wall colors that we use are from authenticated sources, so that the test is proper. So for that we use the first and the fourth reference. The second reference is the theory about the color blindness, what are the types, etc. Now the third one is a very good paper which I was talking about how the virtual reality games can be used for detecting color blindness. So that's it. So this is what we did till now and what we are planning to do. So that's it. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much.